What happened in the market this last weekend? Well, frankly, it's still all over the map. So here's the thing. You're going to hear something that you feel like you heard last week and probably the week before, but it is the pattern that's happening over and over. And what that is every house is completely unpredictable, unfortunately. It does make buying a house interesting. I'll say it's more challenging as far as we have to be in constant communication when we go and look at a house, and that is me in constant communication with a listing agent as well. And so what we saw this last weekend with buyers were getting it on the first day, being willing to waive all the contingencies and making a quick, fast offer with a quick deadline is what worked. And anytime time passes in real estate, if you've reviewed a contract at all or you've sent out one offer, you'll know that in our Northern Virginia real estate contract, it says time is of the essence, and that could not be more true. It's the ability to act fast and giving a strong offer. And yes, that does look kind of a little bit all over the map. Sometimes in a single family home, it can be above $100,000 over list price. With townhomes, it's usually not as much, but we've even seen single family homes go significantly over that. So it's just really important to understand when you're looking at a house, what is that house worth to you? So it's looking at the full picture, the location, the upgrades, the maintenance, the care on the home, and being willing to pull the trigger right away if it's one thing that matches 8 out of the 10 boxes. So I hope you read the email a few weeks ago that's about the 80-10-10. If you haven't, or you want me to send it back to you, let me know. I'm happy to do that. But if a house meets 80% of your criteria, you got to go for it. You got to go for it. And then you still do have to have a number for yourself. What is it worth? If it goes $1 over that, it's not your house. I will say sometimes, unfortunately, our offers are used against us, and that just is something we can't plan, something we can't prepare for, but we try to write your best offer on that house so that you know if it goes to someone else, it wasn't the right house for you. And I really am a huge advocate of if a house doesn't happen for you, it's because something better is meant to be. You maybe can't see that in the moment, and I get it. It's emotional. We get attached. We start to see our stuff in the house, but you have to keep it as essentially a business transaction until you are ratified and under contract. So again, this last weekend, moving fast, over list, no contingencies is what got our buyers under contract. But then you ready for the whole pendulum the other way? There's also, depending on house specificity and what the seller needs, sometimes you can be creative. We got an assumable, a VA assumable under contract this weekend, and the house is actually fresh to market, but the seller needed something so unique that we could provide with the assumable. And so we were able to make it work, which is incredible. But I'm telling you this because overlist, first day, deadline, assumable, super long close, or some houses still sitting on the market. They're not all going in the first weekend. I will say we're seeing a slowdown out in Loudoun County. I have my own philosophy on that, which I'm happy to share with you if you're interested, but things are still moving relatively quickly in Fairfax County and Arlington County and Alexandria, but it is so house specific. So if you are feeling frustrated with the market or unsure what's going on, we can talk about it. I hope you're watching these movies. Hi, this is a movie. These videos. And what I want you to know for this coming week, we are hitting Memorial Day weekend, and what happens in Northern Virginia in Memorial Day weekend is things slow down. So people in Northern Virginia leave for the long weekends. Anytime schools specifically have a long weekend or work has a long weekend, people leave here. We're experiencing temperatures in the 90s early this week, and then they drop. But my point being, a lot of people get out of town. So we're not going to see as many houses hit the market this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to feel like a slower weekend, and that's because it is. So what I normally do, yes, of course I'm here, is we take these opportunities. If there's a house that you're seeing this weekend, we want to go and we want to be really competitive to get that house because you're going to have less buyers out this weekend, less homes on the market. So if you're following Zenlist and you're checking everything and seeing what's coming and what's coming soon, don't freak out if you're not seeing much this weekend. There's a reason. It's because it's a holiday and smart listing agents do not list this weekend. So if you have questions, if you're ready to rock, let me know. Hopefully this is helpful this week. I know it's all over the place and that doesn't always give you peace of mind, but frankly, we're always ready here. So that's the good thing. We stay agile, we stay ready, and we pivot based on the house. So have an amazing long weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully we can get a couple of you under contract.